This is tough. I'm going to tell you why it's tough. I'm really impressed. I mean, these things sound really good. Here's where the conundrum is. If I say they're amazing, it could easily be perceived that I'm shilling, well, Kevin, you sell these speakers, so of course you think they're amazing. And I get that. I definitely get that. However, I don't think anybody I know in my life would say that money drives me. The truth is definitely way more important to me than selling something. We're not even planning on selling the Lintons online as of now anyway. For what it's worth, yes, I could understand why some people think I would be biased to these speakers because, yes, we are selling them. I wasn't planning on even listening to these tonight. I was just planning on coming in and getting it set up so tomorrow we could record the video. But I wanted to give you my initial first impressions, and it's pretty freaking amazing. These things sound really good. We're going to see if my favorite pair of vintage speakers can go toe-to-toe with these new Wharfedale Lintons. Should be fun.
That's a cool little setup there, buddy.
Oh, are these the...
They're the Linton 85th anniversary. I had it hooked up last night, just briefly. I told my wife, I was like, I'll be home in like 45 minutes.
Yep.
I told my wife I'd be home like 45 minutes ago. I just keep listening to stuff. That Ray Charles song. The bass, the kick drum, vocals, everything on it. That's it right there. I mean, and for those of you out there that haven't heard the Motley Crue album with John Corabi, ridiculous. That bass drum is so big. It's like the biggest bass drum that's ever been bassed. I just put on the new David Gilmour, and I listen to that and I'm already thinking of 3 other things that I want to listen to. But honestly, right now, the one thing that's going through my mind, I am going to have to stop by the storage unit tomorrow and pick up my ADS L810s because I won't be able to stop thinking about it until I set those next to these Lintons.
And do an AB.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm kind of sweating for the ADS L810s a little bit.
Sweat.
Well, I think those Wharfedales might take
Oust it.
Yeah.
Well, come on, 25 years.
Wait till they broke in. They take a long time.
Is that what they say?
My buddy has a pair of them.
Oh, he does.
And he was like almost 6, 7, 8 months before they really came into their own. He's got them hooked up to a Pioneer. I think it's an 880 or an 850.
Yeah.
They sound nice.
I figured we'd run them through a vintage amplifier, being my Sansui AU20000, a modern amplifier, which we're going to use the Cambridge EVO 150, and then a 15 watt per channel SX450, just to see. They're 90 dB efficient. Their nominal impedance is 6 ohms, but they say they dip down to 3.5.
Right.
I don't mind pushing it hard and seeing what happens. I thought it'd be interesting.
Wow, those are mint.
Yeah, aren't those nice?
Jeez.
What are those?
Heresies.
Are these 4s?
2s.
2s?
You might be a little soft on that, Junior.
What's impressive to me are those stands. Those things weigh like 40 pounds.
Yeah, no. Just a solid chunk down there.
And up top. Or maybe the stands are 30 pounds and the speakers are 40.
I really like the grill attachments.
I like everything about that speaker. I'm almost kind of scared.
Yeah. How much are these? Are like 18?
Yeah, with the stands, I think they're $17.99. Without the stands, they are $14.99.
Which is a bargain, because I think the stands by themselves are 7 something.
The stands are 5.
Oh, they are now?
Yep, so if you buy them with the speakers, they're 3.
And you got to buy them with the stands. They just the perfect height. It's like...
I think they really did a good job on those stands. And I know that's silly, but... Yeah, I figure this afternoon we might get a lull. We usually do. And then I think we should all just kind of, take a turn, listen to a couple songs.
I didn't realize that they're even veneered on the back too.
They're like teals and the JBL 100Ts. And my thing with that
Are
is,
these mirrored?
yeah,
No, they're not.
no, yeah, they are.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're left and right.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
the veneer. The veneer is book matched all the way around.
yeah.
When did these come in?
I got them yesterday.
That's a
Are
good
they new?
combo with the
Yeah, they're brand new. They're the Wharfedales. They are freaking killer.
I didn't know we were going to get these in.
I actually was down here last night, and I was setting up so we could.
AD?
He sent me a picture just pretty much of the side, so you couldn't really even see the emblem. And I was like, "Don't tell me those are what I think they are."
I tried recording a video the last couple days. It's been impossible. Man,
Building.
yeah, it's gone.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I got video of them taking the rafters out and everything, and that last piece dropping yesterday. But the previous owners just let it go so far that they had to take it down. Yeah, it's too bad because that thing was built in 1900. We really had a lot of fun playing with both of these sets of speakers and all of this equipment. I did get Eric, Tony, and Marcus's opinions on what they heard, and we're all really kind of in agreement. As far as the amplifiers went, the Evo 150 and the Sansui AU 20000 were really neck and neck. As far as, the performance and the ability to drive both those sets of speakers, it was effortless. There was plenty of gas left in the tank. And the cliche things maybe for the Class D amplifier inside of the Evo 150, it did seem a little bit more fast, a little more peppery, but I don't know if I could have picked out either one if I was blindfolded. They both sound really good. The one I was the most impressed with, honestly, was the SX450. You're talking about a 15 watt per channel amplifier, and the Wharfedales being 6 ohms and, potentially dropping down to 3.5 ohms. It really did a good job of hitting those higher SPLs. I was pretty impressed. I thought maybe that relay would click out, but we pushed it as far as I would want to push it before we were getting a good amount of distortion. That does go to show you really how underrated those small vintage receivers are and really what they can do. It's not an ideal pairing by any stretch. So if you are looking to go vintage, I don't think you'd have any problems with even a small wattage receiver driving those Wharfedales. I think if you had 50 watts, yeah, you'd be plenty of power.
That's just a 450?
That's a 450, so it's 15 watts per channel.
Wow.
And it was driving it pretty clean up until about 93 decibels.
Yeah.
And then it started to kind of break up a little bit. But, if your plan was to put those Wharfedales, in a small room and you don't ever plan on getting up to 90 some decibels, you're never going to want more. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for sending me this shirt, Bob. I dig it. I think your head on my shirt is bigger than my head. It's possible. And then as far as the ADS and the Lintons go, I just had this conversation with a good friend of mine, somebody that I trust their ear. And, we were talking about comparing two sets of speakers, especially in a hot swap or a quick A/B switching system. There's one thing that you always have to remember, or at least I do, and that is that it's tough for your ears to kind of catch up to what you're hearing. Perfect example of that would be my AR3As. If I were to put those AR3As up against the Lintons or the ADS L810s, I would instantly think that speaker's not for me. I don't like the way it sounds. And that's not letting that speaker really open itself up to me or to you. For me, I have to sit in a room for a good amount of time with the speaker before my ears kind of settle to that speaker. So jumping back and forth really quick, especially between something like, a Linton and an AR3A, where the AR3A is so subdued, at least that's the way I hear them. I love the AR3As. I have a pair. They're one of my favorite speakers. But to go from maybe a more dynamic speaker or a more detailed speaker and immediately go to the AR3As, I think I'd be pretty disappointed until my ears adjusted to the AR3As. And having said that, I think I found my new favorite new speakers, which would be the Wharfedale Lintons. The first night I sat here and listened to those, I was blown away. I literally could not leave. I wanted to listen to everything. They are that good. They're that good. Do I think they dethroned my favorite vintage speaker that I own? Probably not, but they're close. And there's a lot of things to be said for that Linton in that, you know, they're brand new. There's not a scratch on them. Those drivers are new. You don't have to worry about the ferrofluid in a tweeter drying out, or the foams rotting, or the capacitors being fatigued, any of that type of thing. It's a brand new speaker and it looks vintage and it sounds amazing. You know, they both have their positives and negatives, just like anything else in this world. I'm glad I have my ADS L810s. If I didn't, I would be happy all day long, every day with a pair of Lintons. And that's just the truth and the reality of it. Again, this is always something that you need to hear for yourself. If you're local to the area, do stop by, check out the Lintons, give them a listen, and see for yourself. See if they're a good fit for you. I don't see many people being disappointed with this speaker unless they've got, you know, a way bigger budget and they're really wanting to get, you know, the next level. But I would be happy at this level of the Linton, no question. And, you know, the funny thing is, the first day I had them on the floor, we actually sold a pair. We sold a pair to a good customer of ours. He did not come in looking for a pair of speakers. He saw them sitting there. He ended up listening for, you know, a good 3 or 4 hours. And, you know, before he left that day, he said, I'll take them. I'll come back tomorrow.
They come with white gloves too.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric, Tony.
All right.
Enjoy. I'm definitely really looking forward to hearing his feedback the next time I see him. Rick, I hope you're enjoying your speakers. Always a pleasure doing business with you and having you around the shop. And just FYI, we did get our new slip mats in. So if you're looking to dress up your turntable with a little bit of Skylabs love, definitely head over to skylabsaudio.com, grab yourself a slip mat, and make sure to leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Have you heard the Lintons? Is this a speaker that you're interested in? What's your favorite vintage set of speakers? Always love reading through the comments, and yeah, it's always a lot of fun. So thank you for watching another video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
Got milk?
Oh,
And that's my 2%.
they broke the mold with you, brother.